welcome back to my channel. This is Keo from All Things Keo, and today I'm going to be showing you how I got this look. It's a very natural makeup look to wear to church. I personally will wear it to church, and I'm going to actually wear it today to go to church since I'm filming this early Sunday morning. And if you would like to watch how I got this look, keep on watching. So right away, I'm just gonna get into the video. To start off, I've already moisturized. I'm gonna start off by priming my face, and I'm gonna go in with the Poreless Putty by e.l.f. Good amount. I'm gonna go in with NYX's color corrector, and I use the peach shade, and I just go in with my finger. And I just put it where I get a little bit of discoloration. I'll also use this peach shade if I have like any darkness, dark spots. So a little bit up here. If you see me looking down at any point, I just have a mirror down here. Also put a little bit under my under eyes because I do have severe dark circles, and that is just hereditary. I usually use Urban Decay's peach color corrector, but I ran out of that, so I just went back to NYX. So this look is for church, so I'm not going to go too heavy. It's going to be a light look. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer on my top lid so I can just add a little bit of shadow. The concealer that I'm using is e.l.f.'s Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Light Beige. I'm gonna set that with Anastasia's Soft Glam palette in the shade Tempera. For that, I'm just gonna put a little bit of chapstick because I almost forgot. So I'm just gonna lightly set this eye. If I was to use my eye primer that I normally use, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer, I wouldn't even have to set it, but because this is concealer and I'm not going in with like a very heavy eye look, I just lightly set it. So I'm gonna go in with Orange Soda from the same palette, and then I'm gonna go in with windshield wiper motion, so back and forth and little circles, and that's how I just buff it into the crease. I like to take this shade all the way in to the inner crease. I usually use, you know, like a dome shape brush, the medium to large size. Next, I'm gonna go in with Sienna light-handedly because I don't want this to look to get too dramatic. So I'm just bringing this into the lower crease. Back and forth, and bring it in just a little bit. Using another type of crease brush for this, keep blending it in. And then I'll go back in with a little bit of Orange Soda right above. If I took it up too much into the crease, I'll just go in with a little bit of Orange Soda in that original brush that I used, just to blend it out a little bit more. Normally, if I wanted to go with a more dramatic look, I would just go in with a darker shade further into the crease. So I'm gonna go in with a flat brush, and then I just use a little bit of water. Let's go in with the shade Rose Pink. So I like to wet the brush always with these shades because, as you can see, they do have fallout, and I like for them to stick a little bit better and also to look a little bit less sheer. Always start off with my eyes before I do anything with my face because I do not want to have to go back in and clean up. So I go ahead and just put that all over the lid. And then I just make sure I don't have any fall out under my eye. So next I'm gonna go in with my foundation. I'm currently using two. I don't know how I like them yet because they're new and I have really hard time finding shades for my skin tone. Using Revlon's Color Stay Full Cover in the shade 330. Looks like this. And then I'm also using L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte in the shade 105 Natural Beige. So I'm using these two. And I literally just take this lid. I put a little bit more of the matte one and literally take a flat brush. I think this is a concealer brush and I just mix it. So I just mix them together. And then with the same brush, I literally just paint it on. And then I use this, I believe this is e.l.f.'s. This is an e.l.f. blender. And this is honestly my favorite blender. I love this. I use this more than I would use like a beauty blender. And I didn't use all the foundation. I go in first with a little layer because I don't want to have like a cake face to go to church, because you know you're gonna go to church, I have to wear the mask, you're gonna be praising God. And always take it down to your neck. Going with a little bit more just around here, which is where I have the discoloration. Then back in with the same concealer, which is the e.l.f. one. I bring it down a little. I set my under eye right away with the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and this is in the shade Fair Light. So I like this one because it has like a really good, a perfect yellow undertone. And I just put a little bit on the cap and I go ahead and set under my eye. I do somewhat of a bake, like a little light bake, and I like to take it down to my nose a little on the sides. And then I also like to put just a little bit around here where I naturally would contour or, you know, bronze. I feel like it helps with the discoloration as well. Now I'll go ahead and set my whole face. So I go in with Maybelline Superstay. It's a full coverage. It's supposed to be like a powder foundation, but I just use it as a little bit more coverage on top of my foundation. And then I just go in with a fairly big powder brush. And I go ahead and set my forehead, my nose, my cheeks, bring it down. I set my neck. Anywhere that you put your foundation, you're gonna wanna set. And then with that, I wipe away the powder I put around my nose. And I do kind of like tapping and wiping motions just to kind of press in the powder into the foundation. So the foundation is supposed to be matte, but because I mixed it with the other one, I just wanted to, you know, have more of a matte finish because I do get oily. So I'm just gonna go in with my bronzer. I've been using this Rimmel. It's like a 3-in-1, so it looks just like this. And I don't ever go in with this shade. I just use these two. So I use a mixture of the two to warm up my cheeks. I already have kind of a natural contour, so I don't need to really contour my cheeks anymore. And then I go in with the lighter shade towards my hairline. You have like a very square hairline, so I just contour a little bit of the sides and I bring it down to connect. And then I always I don't know why, but I always put a little bit on my chin and a little bit down my bridge of my nose. Okay, and then I go in with, it's an e.l.f. airbrush blender. So then I just go in to blend that out a little bit, so it's not too harsh. And with Milani's Rose de Oro, it's just a nice blush like this. Just go in with this. Go back in and just wipe away that powder. And then with the same blender, I just go in and put the remainder, kind of go back and like touch up and like blend away the rest of the powder. So if I've gone too harsh on anything, it's kind of like just making sure everything is even. We'll set my face and then I do my brows. So I'm setting it with the e.l.f. makeup setting spray. So most of the makeup I've used was Drugstore. I do have other high-end makeup, but I don't know what it is. Maybe because I'm cheap, I prefer Drugstore makeup. The only thing I really like high-end is my eye primers and my eyeshadows. So I'm gonna go ahead and I just take a random male, and while it's still a little bit wet, I'll go in with my brows. So I like to use a powder for my brows. Right now I'm using the Brow Gal powder, and I really need to get a new eyebrow powder, so clearly. I do have like an e.l.f. one and a gel. I think it's like also by e.l.f. But because I have thick brows, I really only like to use powder. And I really wouldn't need to use it, but because I go in with the foundation, I feel like I want to kind of make my eyebrows a little bit more prominent so they stand out. So I go in with the powder and I just follow my natural shape. And then with whatever's left over, I brush it to the front. I'll go in with eyeliner. So I don't use eyeliner all the time, or mascara, to be honest, but I'm going to for the sake of this video. So, and I don't know about all of you guys, but I don't know why my eyes, when I put eyeliner, they want to look more like cousins and not even sisters, and sometimes they look like enemies. And I'm using ColourPop's liquid liner. It's like a felt tip. This is my favorite eyeliner. It's super easy to use. I think if you're a beginner, this would be the eyeliner for you. Okay, today they don't look so bad. Okay, so normally I would use my eyelash curler to curl my eyes, but I have no idea where it is, so, and I'm on a time crunch. In with L'Oreal Paris Voluminous, the Voluminous Carbon Black. This mascara I've gotten, and I've tried a few different ones, and this is the one I always end up going back to, so I guess if it's not broken, don't fix it. Now I'm just removing a little bit of that chapstick that I put on my lip liner on, and I'm using NYX It's NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Los Angeles. This is like my absolute favorite shade. Then I'm gonna go over that with the NYX Soft Cream Matte in Abu Dhabi. I think I need to get a new one of these. All right, I'll be back with my hair done. I almost had forgot. I just put a little bit of inner corner highlight, just very lightly, and I just used the shade Glistening from the same Soft Glam palette. And then if you're wondering how I refresh my hair, I just put these two products in, which is the Cantu Comeback Curl and the Aussie Miracle Curl Refresher. And as it dries, it will get a little bit bigger, which I love. And yes, I do have some highlights now. My mom put that in my hair. She hooked me up. That is all for this video, and I just wanted to say God bless you all. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, like, share, comment, and subscribe.